It's Friday, March 7th, 2014, and let's talk about what happened this week over at xdadevelopers.com. First up, over the last month or so, I've been talking a little bit about Android 4.4.2 updates coming to the Galaxy Note 3. Well, as of this week, the T-Mobile Galaxy Note 3 has started receiving its over-the-air update to 4.4.2, and XDA forum member Mr. Peanut was nice enough to capture and mirror that update, so if you're interested in getting a copy of it and you haven't gotten the over-the-air update available yet, you can go ahead and head on over to the forum thread for all the details. The link to that can be found in the portal post, which you can find a link to in the video description. The next three stories were actually all Sony Xperia related, so I thought I would kind of clump them together. This week, the Free Xperia project announced that the Sony Xperia M now officially has builds available through their site for CyanogenMod 11. This is thanks in large part to XDA senior member Pecan CM, and if you remember, the Xperia M is a bit of a mid to low range device, so it's very nice to see something like this being supported by the community and getting latest greatest kind of software. Moving right along though, we spoke in the last video about the Sony Xperia Z2 getting the firmware dumped and being made available, and one of the things that I mentioned as part of that was you guys are definitely going to be jumping into it, ripping out pieces and parts and making them available for other Xperia devices at the very least. Well, in that vein, XDA forum member Xperia Z2 has gone ahead and ported the camera from the Z2 over to basically any other Xperia device running Android 4.3 or later, although it's said that some of the things about it might work on devices running as early as Android 4.1. So definitely head on over to his forum thread to check out the Z2 camera if you're interested in running it on your Xperia device, specifically if you're running Jelly Bean or higher, but like I said, you might be able to do it on older versions as well. And to wrap up the Xperia related news, we mentioned a lot of times over the last month or so, Sony was going to be rolling out updates to Android 4.3 for a lot of their older devices, and then they finally started doing it. Well, now the open source files have been made available for those devices, specifically the Xperia T, TX, V, and SP for Android 4.3. So if you have one of those devices and you want to develop for it, or if you're just interested in learning a little bit more about what makes it tick, head on over to Sony's Open Source Development Center to learn a little bit more, get your hands on a copy of the code. And the last story I wanted to mention, very interesting story to me. Up to this point, looking at different mobile operating systems and the sort of digital assistants you've got, the ones that are official, you've got Google Now, sort of, you've got Siri on iOS, and as of this week, there's been an official leak coming out about Cortana on Windows Phone. And not only a leak as in some screenshots, because there were some screenshots and stills of it and everything, but an actual video came out of it. Now, unfortunately, the video, which is a little over 2 minutes long, it shows the initial setup, which is a bit of a, it's not a terribly lengthy process, but it is a bit of a lengthy process, doing a lot of what Google Now does over time, where it learns about you. It just basically lumps out there and says, tell us about yourself, what's your name, and what do you like to do, and things like that. But then after all of that, in theory, it should be able to sort of cobble together a lot of things from its own knowledge of you and the knowledge of what you've given it there, and sort of build suggestions for things and sort of help build your schedule around whatever you want to do. Now, unfortunately, like I said, the video itself doesn't really demonstrate much beyond that initial wizard. It doesn't demonstrate any of the actual voice interaction. It doesn't really show how well it will take voice commands yet or what it does in response, but this is just a very early leak, so I will be interested to see what happens and how it works when it is available. I've only got one Windows Phone device, and it's not one that this will probably ever run on. It's the Nokia Lumia 520. So I might be on the lookout for some newer next generation devices once the newer versions of Windows Phone do become available. And I'm sure if any of you guys are Windows Phone guys out there, this is going to be interesting to you. Other than that, it's just another digital assistant that's going to be coming to the market, so I just thought that was kind of entertaining. And the very last thing to mention, 3 other videos were posted to XDA Developer TV this week. In the first video, TK showed off the Wanum exposed module for doing sort of AOSP things with your exposed device. And I made a quick video talking about some of the Android games that are available in the Humble Mobile Bundle for Android 4. And then TK did another Android app review talking about Navigation Layer. So for the links to any of those videos or any of the other stories I talked about, make sure to check out the video description down below. Also, I posted a video on my own YouTube channel yesterday talking about a new product. It's called the Hutu TripMate Elite, and they've got an Indiegogo campaign going on right now for just about 10 or 9 more days at this point, where they're trying to help fund this project. So if it's something that sounds interesting to you, it's an AC-powered, USB battery, portable hotspot, cloud device. It's sort of a 5-in-1 if you want to go that far. Very, very interesting device. So I urge you to take a look at the video over on my channel. Maybe go check out the Indiegogo campaign if you're interested in that. I'll provide links to both of those down in the video description as well, or you can just head on over to my channel, tool.tv. But thank you guys so much for watching. Please do hit that like button down below the video if you liked the video. Subscribe to this channel to receive our content as soon as it becomes available, and I will see you again in the next video. Bye guys.